Hello, and welcome to this episode of Pep Talk. I'm often asked how I got my start in the radio industry or how I got started doing what it is I'm doing right now. And the answer, quite simply, is that I asked. Goes back to the old saying, ask and ye shall receive, right? Sometimes you receive what you ask for. And I've got a great story to tell you about that coming up in just a bit. But first, I've got to talk to you about Dawn Wells. Dawn Wells, you remember her. She played Mary Ann on the popular TV series Gilligan's Island. She is an absolute delight to talk to. She has this image of being kind of a naive, innocent country girl, an image that she has learned to embrace over the years because of what Hollywood has become, and she has no problem being remembered as the innocent Mary Ann from this show. But it's interesting. She has quite a story. Within 6 weeks, she decided to pursue a career in acting. She got an agent, she moved to Hollywood, and she got her first acting gig all within 6 weeks amount of time. Talk about asking for what you want and then receiving, right? But I'm amazed at some of the bits of information that have been shared about her over the years that are simply not true. For instance, it's often been told out there in the media world that her and Tina, who played Ginger on the show, absolutely despised each other. Not true. Now, she did say that, they didn't have a whole lot in common personally, but they worked together for 14 hours a day for 3 years. So, I think they were able to get along. But anyway, I think you're going to enjoy the conversation we had. If you want to check it out, it's available to you absolutely free. Just click on the link below my interview with Dawn Wells in the latest episode of Bat Jack Profiles. Okay, so I've always been a little bit of a Star Trek geek. It's a show I grew up watching quite a lot. And when I was about 10 or 12 years old, I really wanted to be a writer when I grew up. And one summer, I can remember getting in touch with one of the writers of Star Trek. And really, my only purpose in writing is because I wanted his autograph. But I can remember writing a letter to him and telling him, that I wanted to be a writer someday. And, would he mind sending me his autograph? Well, some time went by, a few months or so. And not only did he send me his autograph, but he sent me a personal handwritten note to me. This is so cool. I've held on to this for years. And along with the note, he sent me a gift package with some Star Trek memorabilia, including a copy of a script that he wrote for one of the shows. And inside the front cover of this script, he sent me a little message that I have treasured for years. As you can see, he says, "Hey, Rhett, make it so." And then he signs his name. Now, if you're familiar with Star Trek at all, you know that that's a catchphrase made popular by Patrick Stewart, who played Captain Picard on The Next Generation. He was referring to what I had told him in the letter, which is that I wanted to be a writer, and was giving me a very encouraging message at such a tender age. That impacted me a lot at that time in my life, and I learned a couple things from it. Number one, I learned you can be anything you want to be. A professional writer told me I could be a writer, and he told me to go for it. I took his words to heart, and today I'm living the dream. Second of all, I learned that I need to ask for the things that I want. All I wanted was his autograph. My request received a response. And more. Sometimes you actually receive what you ask for. And so many of us fail to get what we want in life because we don't just simply ask for it. I mean, that's the beginning of all things, right? Everything that I've achieved in my life up to this point is because I started by simply asking. There's a great lesson there. So what do you want? Go out and get it. And start today by simply asking for it, and you may just get it. Who knows? Ask, and ye shall receive.